welcome to a beautiful episode of The Empty Minds. An absolute terrifying, harrowing, absolutely spoopy Halloween episode. It's Halloween 2. This is Minds of Horror 2, boys. We're here.
The first one we did didn't we rank all of the horror villains? Holy shit.
Yeah, you just destroyed my eyes with that. Yeah, we found out the definitive horror icon.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say that word without saying horror. Horror icon. Yeah, Freddy Krueger 1 from last year. This year, we're going to get into something a little bit... It's still in the realm of movies because we love our spooky movies. But we're going to talk about our favorites in each subgenre of horror. So for those of you who don't know, horror is a broad concept, but it includes slasher, it includes thriller, it includes like supernatural movies, it includes like exorcism movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into that.
There's a ton of options, some great movies here.
Ton of options. Like what I want to start off is like talking about like, because we did like our slashers, our favorite definitive horror icon.
Hold on, wait. Did we have Art the Clown on there last year?
I think so.
I really have to go back and rewatch that.
Well, actually, we might not have included him because you didn't see the movies. We're going to talk about slasher, but since you guys already know our opinions on that, I want to break it down more than that. And because we're going to tell you our favorite slasher, but we're going to tell you our favorite movie in that franchise. And we're going to talk about it a bit. Because like with me, it's always a toss-up between Freddy and Jason. I do like Michael, and like, but to me, Halloween, the first Halloween is a classic, but it's not like I'm watching it and I'm not like, oh, I'm having fun. Like for me, I believe out of all the movies that I like, it's a big toss-up between A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 and Jason Lives.
Which one's is that number 6?
6.
Yeah. That's where
Zombie
the red
Jason.
dot goes, you bang. You know, it's the one where Tommy Jarvis has his head he goes head first in some fucking puss.
I like
that's how I
the very
recognize.
first.
Of course.
Oh, fuck, the puss.
The car scene.
Forgot.
I like the first Michael Myers, I think, because of the music.
It's called Halloween.
Or yeah, Halloween. Because of the music,
God,
though, like, holy
me.
fucking shit.
We should use that take for the end.
Wait, we will. We'll do it.
Wait, I didn't say Daredevil.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Daredevil news.
Yeah, you said Michael Myers, like that's the name of the movie. That's, that actually scared the shit out of me.
I find it funny that I'm blasting it at you, too.
Holy fuck.
Does it stop? I don't know if it's
Brandon, you look like Toad from X-Men.
Yeah, he does. He does look like Toad. Is he supposed to do this? I'll keep it going for a bit.
Keep it going. It's good.
Christian, I think let the stove on.
Are you burning?
The stove is on, I think.
So you guys think I left the stove on or no? My God. It smells like cherry.
Jason Lives, I think I'm going as my favorite horror movies of the slasher genre. Just, it's got everything. You can laugh at it. It's got great kills. It was probably one of the lesser like MPAA destroyed movies. And it's got a great looking Jason. It's the first time where Jason became a supernatural killer. And yeah, it's all around. It's good shit. It even has like Tommy Jarvis doing the dumbest thing in the world. And
also the best Tommy Jarvis.
That's true.
He's a good protagonist.
Well, actually, the kid
Corey's up there.
Well, I think he's a weird person. Although I
learned that for Terrifier, they didn't even. Holy fuck! Every time I talk now. No, I learned for Terrifier they went.
I can't
they
see
didn't
Alexi.
even go for an approval for the rating. Apparently, because if they would have
it's an unrated movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the only reason why it's in theaters.
Oh, I see.
I read that it may be the highest grossing unrated movie.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That'd be really awesome. I don't even
that is
see
interesting.
Just you can't, how bad are your eyes? Fuck, you said this last year.
Who's your favorite Jason protagonist? Is it Tommy Jarvis and Jason Lives?
Alice was always good. She got done dirty in the second movie. They just killed her like off screen somehow.
How are we feeling about the telekinetic character?
I don't like it.
Powers.
I could be in the minority.
My favorite slasher is Part 7, Friday the 13th.
Yeah, which I'm very confused by. Like, it's the weirdest one. I like out of all the Jason movies, I think it's one of the weirder ones. Like, probably for me, I can understand like with space they went into the future, but you're actually introducing like telekinetic people, which is strange.
Yeah, and what was I gonna say again?
It's very bold to go with telekinetic powers.
And yeah, and also Tina's my favorite final girl too.
You're just telling us that she's you're hot for
no,
her.
no. Actually, I meant different word. I meant like protagonist.
Oh yeah, I was talking about Alice, not that Alice, not Resident Evil Alice.
See, finally come to terms. She's
Fuck
amazing.
you. No, because in part 2, did you ever watch the beginning of part 2?
Oh yeah.
Who's Alice?
Alice was the final girl in the first one. She's the one who kills Pamela Voorhees.
Really?
She shows up in the second one. She like is in her house, rolls around in her bed for a bit, and then like opens the door and gets killed. And then it's like Jason showed up to this girl's house.
Is that the one where there's like a 5-minute scene of her making coffee in the kitchen? And then, wow.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite slasher? I'm going to need to consult this big list I got here.
Mine, I would have to say, would probably be Halloween Kills.
Oh.
Well,
Damn.
it's so hard to say because I don't like the parts of the movie, but man, the Michael Myers shit and the music in it, it's like so fucking badass.
The music, like that cello version of the Halloween thing, boom, boom, boom. Holy fuck.
Boop, 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 boop.
But I also like the beginning, like flashback. Like fuck, that looked like an old 70s, 80s movie.
Well, Forrest, I thought your favorite part was Evil Dies Tonight.
My favorite slasher. Like, which one would I watch out of everything here? Maybe like Nightmare on Elm Street, I guess.
Well, let's go over it. Let's see. Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, classic. The one, honestly, people like that's the most terrifying. It's one of the more goofier ones.
First one?
Like all I think about is Freddy with his big stupid arms in that alley. And I'm like, that's not scary.
The music really made those scenes for sure.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
And I would say the scariest one.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to discuss the new slasher that we saw, which seemed like we talked about Art and Terrifier,
Yes.
but there has been 2 other horror things that brought the slasher back. X brought the slasher back. A lot of people were talking, but Thanksgiving as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a new one. I think Thanksgiving 2 would probably do pretty good based off of this. And also, I think it just did pretty good on its own, right? The first one?
Yeah.
Bring up Thanksgiving.
Big fucking Thanksgiving
I clicked on
meal.
the movie.
You should look up any updates with the second movie. I'm pretty sure they're working on that.
Eli
already.
Roth has said he's already wrote the script. He's getting that shit.
So, do you think he can pull off another banger in the sequel? Because you said that his other projects, like, it's probably the best one he's done.
Well, you got to remember, we can be like he just did Borderlands. But I know that movie was in developmental hell, and pretty much he recorded a R-rated film, and they pretty much chopped it down to be what it is. So but he hasn't made that many good movies. So honestly, I have no idea.
I wouldn't bet
I
on
don't
him.
think so.
I watched an interview with John Bernthal and Jamie Lee Curtis, and she said that she was like, yeah, with that movie, like I had no idea that she was like whatever. I was just told, oh, she's like this video game character and she's really cool, whatever.
Oh, it's on Borderlands.
Yeah, but she was just like she had no idea.
Yeah,
and obviously you get all that hate and shit.
She was very miscast as well.
Yeah.
I don't even know Borderlands, and I know she was miscast.
That movie was destroyed by studio interference. But that being said, I have no idea. Maybe Eli Roth found his niche. You know, maybe he never like made a slasher film before. Maybe that's where he's gonna find his niche, because he made Cabin Fever, which that movie is like synonymous for being whatever.
Yeah, certain people excel. It's like Jordan Peele was just doing skits and comedy, and then suddenly amazing horror director. So yeah.
So I am excited for Thanksgiving too. But yes, now let's get into the genre of horror, which is supernatural horror.
Supernatural.
All right, let's bring up some supernatural horror.
Well, I already know my top.
Explain what that is again.
You know, like 13 Ghosts, Sinister,
Poltergeist.
Oh wait, so is this ghost stuff like
The Shining?
Exorcism?
No, I'm
Okay.
keeping exorcism different. Keep religion out of it,
Okay.
but this is ghosts.
All right, I'll need some examples here.
Like
I
13
think-
Ghosts, Sinister, The Conjuring. Well, Conjuring is kind of Poltergeist. You know, as long as there's no exorcism.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to include
No
Conjuring
church.
on here because to me that'd be on my other list. Blair Witch, easily.
Yes, that's a supernatural horror movie. You like that one? I think it's kind of boring.
I love that it's boring.
Yes. Love that it's really
You
boring.
just live in the story, and like honestly, the most terrifying
It
part
feels real in a way.
is when you watch them interview the people beforehand, and literally, I'm not kidding. Just be in the house alone, lights off, have that movie on. You'll be shit
One of
scared.
the major selling points of that movie was that people thought it was real, because they were like, for us, we were like 7 years old,
Yeah.
5 years old. We were like, oh my God, you're saying VHS tape.
You kind of incorporated a different topic I also want to talk about, which was found footage horror. So I guess that's what's going to be your favorite found footage. But honestly, I think Sinister is my favorite supernatural horror movie. That has such an aura to it. It's so cool. It's got a twist, a big horror twist at the end where it's like the kids are doing it. Big spoiler alert.
It's a good
one.
Like,
he manipulates the kids into killing the parents.
There's a lot of horrific kills, and they do those shots well because they play like a big stinger horror sound effect. Like,
everybody. The big kill in that, which if you've seen it, is when the lawnmower goes over the parents' faces. It's like, holy fuck.
It's funny because like a lot of the movie is just him watching movies that are scary. I don't know if some stuff happened, but I really like Sinister as well. It's absolutely up there for me. In regards to supernatural, like would Chucky be on this list?
No, I would consider him supernatural. That's voodoo.
Supernatural or slasher?
He's voodoo.
Oh,
he's both technically.
It's kind of both.
For some characters, okay.
Because like I would consider Annabelle supernatural, and that's pretty much the same.
Oh, you know what? Out of the list, you're seeing on screen right now, I would choose like Hellraiser.
Okay, yeah,
because it's like I think I would enjoy that. I like the lore of that a bit more. I like the concept. The Cenobites are metal as fuck.
I also want to say The Shining, amazing supernatural horror. That's up there. Yeah. If it's like, honestly, Sinister and The Shining, big S movies here. Big S movies. Sinister and The Shining, up there. Maybe Shining's above it. Brandon, what do you think? Holy fuck, his life's ruined. Oh, fuck.
Supernatural
You're going to make him start drinking?
I don't know. So it'd be...
Think about supernatural films. There's, like The Shining.
Nothing too ghost-like. I got a list right here. Blair Witch.
Blair Witch. I'll probably say it later on because it's not considered really.
You like those Insidious movies, don't you?
I only really watched like one or two.
Like Insidious is up there too. The first
Poltergeist.
one.
Yeah. Maybe Hellraiser or Amityville Horror. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Amityville Horror. I'm keeping out. That's religious. Yeah. There's a priest in that movie.
Well, I'll just say Hellraiser then. Honestly.
Okay. So now I want to get into found footage. Because there's some good found footage. And I think as a whole, I'm probably going to go the VHS movies. I fucking love those movies. Those are so cool. They're all found footage in a way. And
interesting.
Yeah,
they're all
based in different things. Like we know the zombie. The big one where the guy gets his electronic eye, his camera eye put in, and then he can see ghosts. And the more he sees, the closer he's getting to the other side being able to physically hurt him, and they end up killing him. There's the one where the guy becomes a zombie.
Oh yeah,
it's very cool.
A lot of great horror shorts.
VHS is an amazing concept, and so far we've seen most of them. I think we've not seen one. I think it's VHS like 84 or something.
There are a lot of found footage horror movies. I didn't realize that they even were in this.
Ours is probably. You don't remember what it's called?
I thought it was Blair Witch.
No, not found.
No. Are you talking about a Paranormal Tippy?
No. Well, that would be up there. But no, do you remember that Italian?
Oh, Hell House?
No. We watched this like 10 years ago. Remember?
Atrocious?
I think that might be what it's called. Yeah.
Well, that one's terrifying.
That's fucked. That whole fucking like when she's running through the maze and shit.
Fuck, that's scary.
Oh my god, that fucking like it's no one has watched this movie.
But Cloverfield was great when it came out. Everybody was big. Forrest just watched The Fourth Kind.
Oh yeah, Cloverfield. Those movies are fucking great. Besides the third one that they released on Netflix.
But one of the greatest horror films that I like in VHS that I've seen, and it goes down as one of the best horror things I've ever seen. It's that one where the kids and the aliens show up and they're out of the water. Remember that? There's like all those aliens that come from the water, and there's like this huge sound, and they got the dog, and then they end up getting like abducted. They drop the fucking dog out of the ground.
I think I know what you're talking about.
No, it's from VHS. It's one of the
yes.
Yes. That one was fucking amazing. There's also that super creepy one where they go to that place and they give like birth to the Antichrist.
A lot of great horror
VHS 2.
shorts.
VHS 2 is really scary.
Brian, you watch those movies?
Yeah, we watched one in the backyard. We watched.
I haven't watched any of them.
You watched VHS 2 with us.
Really?
We watched like more than one.
Yeah,
in
we
the
were all in
backyard.
the backyard.
Fuck.
Gotta join us in the backyard.
So Forrest went scared. That's why.
The Visit, VHS, of course. Hell House is also this.
The Visit,
Paranormal
I really
Activity.
liked.
I liked it too. Everyone is bitching about it. I fucking love it.
As Above, So Below. I like the concept of that. These people are like digging down and they're actually descending into hell. Creep, Cloverfield. It's not really a horror movie. This movie, The Taking of Deborah Logan. This is a creepy old lady.
Oh, that would be up there too.
He's the one that was eating that kid's head in the cave.
I've seen that image. I have seen that image of The Taking of Deborah Logan.
Oh man.
creepy.
So we should also
Mine's Blair Witch.
I would just
Blair
vote
Witch.
Yeah.
Blair Witch classic.
Blair Witch.
good one.
It's
I was
found
never
footage.
too great for aliens.
Or for found footage horror.
Oh, okay, I thought you guys all as above so below. What's that one about?
They found it's the catacombs in like Paris. They found like an extra cavern. They're digging deeper into it. At the end, the movie ends with them going so deep they like emerge onto the surface, some shit like that. But basically, they're descending into hell. Supernatural stuff happens. They get tortured.
What would
Classic
It
horror
Follows
stuff.
fall under? That's a good movie.
That's supernatural.
That would be supernatural.
I wouldn't be
horror
up
as well.
there.
Yeah, I want to get into like alien horror movies now. There's
Okay.
a lot. There is a lot of what's that?
Describe curse or
Because mine might be The Thing.
Oh, okay.
Thing
Thing
is
is up
great.
there,
That is an alien
100%.
one.
Last year, we all saw No One Will Save You Know.
Yes, that was also amazing. That spider-like alien haunts my dreams.
The giant one outside the house. Crazy stuff.
Quiet Place is on this list as well. But yeah, Alien, it is The Thing. The Thing to me is the definitive horror list. I know you might go Signs for aliens. I know you love Signs.
Yeah, that's my.
Wait, it's you who loves Signs.
Yeah, Signs is my number one. That's just like, even though I hate the fact that the fucking cup falls down and kills the alien or whatever, but like the whole fucking like building up to that moment, it was terrifying. Seeing the fucking green alien like walk across on the footage, I was just like, when I was a kid, I just fucking shit myself. Like that was fucking terrifying. Also, not to mention, Dad would fucking watch that going to sleep. And every time I had to go to the bathroom, all I heard from the DVD menu was like, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Oh, you know what? What about like Fire in the Sky? Or
That's up there too.
Or Fourth Kind. You saw Fourth Kind.
I wouldn't put it as that high.
Too
There's
high?
some moments that are creepy with like when they show like the realistic footage.
When I
Like,
saw that
stuff's
they were
pretty
doing
cool.
a recreation alongside the actual footage, that's where I was like, you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to have that angle in the movie.
Yeah.
I think you took away from it.
Oh, The Fourth Kind?
I would just, that was, Fourth Kind. Fire in the Sky, I hear is not like a good movie to watch. It just has a really good scene in it. But you know what? The Thing, like I've got to say The Thing as well. It's rewatchable. It has an intriguing plot. There's so much like subtlety with it where like you don't know who is getting taken over by the alien at any time.
Well, it has like the best end.
We try to figure it out.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Pretty great.
the practical effects are just a joy to watch.
Mm.
All like some of them still
Oh,
hold
yeah.
up. Some are pretty off the wall crazy to where they're a little like when like I'm not scared by like when he digs his hands in and then his stomach opens up and they clench down on his arms and his arms rip out.
Ironically enough, the actual Alien movies aren't actually that scary. We just saw Alien Romulus, not exactly scary. It was more fun to watch.
Yeah, honestly, the scariest thing was the end alien in Alien Romulus.
I'll just say mine's a thing because I've only watched like a couple alien movies. I only watched Fire in the Sky really.
Yeah.
You've
I
seen
watched-
the alien
Well,
movies.
what about
haven't you?
Signs?
Well, the original alien movie I've seen.
You don't like
I don't
Signs?
remember. I don't
See-
remember Signs really. I only
No?
what you know.
Holy
And-
fuck! What?
I love Predator, but I would consider that more action than horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's more fun to watch.
It's like Godzilla and Kong.
In terms of actually being scared of something, I think like that Mama movie or even like Terrifier, the Victoria girl, just terrifying. They're terrifying to look at. They're scary.
Oh,
Give you nightmares.
Victoria Newman's. Okay, so now we're getting into our religious horror, our
this-
Exorcist, our Exorcism of Emily Rose, other
Oh,
movies
fuck.
with the word exorcist.
There's a
I-
lot. Constantine's obviously very scary.
I honestly have to say that for one, this is my favorite type of horror. Is this, and I have to go with The Conjuring because I used to. Oh fuck! Because I used to watch
Conjuring.
this all the time. Like I watched The Conjuring every night for like I felt like a year.
Oh yes.
Holy shit!
Elizabeth Warren.
No, no, no.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
It's the name of a politician. No,
Wait, what are their names?
it's the
Ed and
Warren.
Lorraine.
Ed and Lorraine. Is
Don't bring
Elizabeth?
politics into this.
Hey, newly watched. I would put this on there as Late Night with the Devil. That was a great Late Night with the Devil we just watched. One of our highest viewed videos.
Had a very intense ending scene there. I thought it was really good. Really
But-
terrifying.
For me, I'll have to go with the original Exorcist because that movie was one of the first horror movies I saw as a kid, and it's freaked the fucking shit out of me. I watched it when I was like 8 years old,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit older, but yeah, only I was 20. Yeah, and it scared the fucking shit out of me to the point where it's like I cried and I was terrified. So yeah,
Yeah.
I had
So
that movie.
remember, like The Omen, the Witch is also on this list.
The Others would have to be here, right?
The Others is religious.
That's a good movie.
In a way, I guess. Devil in the Elevator.
Man, like Carrie, like Exorcism of Emily, the story stuff. Oh, that's the thing. I like courtroom drama because it's just kind of, I don't know, it's entertaining sometimes if done right. It's done really well in that movie. And when they cut to Emily possessed and shit, like the demons she sees all the time, like that movie is fucking terrifying.
See, and yeah, I never saw The Witch. I have seen this movie called The Pope's Exorcist. Now that movie is a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It's basically it's just like a more action packed priest taking on demons. You know what? I just have to agree with you, Exorcist.
Yeah,
because I watched it recently, and it's actually really good if you take the time to invest yourself into the movie and really get invested into the world. It's a realistic depiction of how an exorcist would actually happen. Like the parent did it at the very out of once all the options were exhausted. What's kind of cool, and what I never knew for some reason was that she's actually well off. She's like very rich. She's like a famous actress, right? So like she had the money to go through like 20 doctors to try and fix this issue. So,
I was
just as well. Yeah, I mean, for religious, you don't.
I do love number 2, actually. That's 2.
What about the one where it's like Avengers get together?
3. What's that?
The recent one where they're like, we can't just use one religion. We need all of them. Remember that?
That was the
all of them
because they brought back the actress from the first Exorcist, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was okay.
That was real weird.
So if we're talking about religious horror movies, there's been so many good ones.
Yeah.
There's been because the concept of like good and evil biblical shit has been around forever. So I think I don't know, for some reason it seems like those are the scariest movies. Just because like religion. Demons, possession, a devil getting into you, like
I guess Terrifier 3 would apply in this list. It's very religious at the end.
Yeah, there's
like God and possession and angels, demons for sure. I guess Dracula is also on this list technically. He's very religious. I think he's scary. Oh yeah.
He's very religious.
Oh yeah.
He hates the cross. Well, yeah. Well,
it's religious in a way, right?
Yeah, he does not like the cross. You know what? It's weird. I'm coming up with a lot of blank for religious. I know there's a lot, but I'm really coming up with a blank here, and I don't think these are showing us the best examples.
Things like that. The one where the kid has her head out the window and it gets beheaded. That's religious because there's a lot of pagan and shit and demon stuff. Hereditary. Great movie as well. It's shit. You know what? That's like on par with me with Exorcist.
There's what about movies like The Ring, The Grudge, there's
Supernatural.
That's Supernatural. I feel like there's so much movies that we're missing. I still think I would agree with what I've said though.
We're gonna go into a subcategory that Forrest turns him on like you wouldn't believe. We're going to the zombie genre of horror movies.
Oh my god!
Let's talk about our favorite zombie horror movies. Honestly, up there, I'm not going horror comedy yet. That's its own thing. There was Dawn of the Dead. Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, which I believe is a wonderful fucking movie.
Yeah.
Also, Train to Busan. New in this. Well, when did this movie come out? A couple years ago, right?
Is that not
4 years ago?
A comedy?
Train to Busan.
Oh, wait, no,
it's
no.
not. You sick bitch. That movie was sad
I'm confusing it with Bullet Train.
Okay.
It's like, what are you talking about?
If you saw the way that movie ends, your statement was so wild.
Is that not hilarious?
That guy, that big guy in the blue suit in that movie, was fucking beast.
Yeah, he was Superman in this movie.
Yeah.
He was fucking destroying zombies.
I never saw this movie.
Oh, you should.
Train to Busan?
Yeah,
it's Korean.
It's really good.
There's honestly a point where there's
I did see it.
Korean boy band. I don't know, but they look like boy band. For some reason, they're really
Would we count Deadites?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would count it here, but they are more supernatural. But as I was saying, there's a point in Train to Busan where there's there's a really big characters in this.
Yeah.
The dad is very distraught, and then it's there's this guy who's really Superman, super strong, he's the big hero. Then there's also a very we're baseball players.
Really?
They're wearing their outfits and they're holding bats, and it's everybody's very dialed up to 100. And
wow. Yeah.
Are we starting now?
Yeah. What's your favorite
okay,
zombie?
mine is Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Which one?
Which one? Yeah,
The first one, obviously. Yeah.
The first one,
Wait,
really?
First one or second one?
Wait, that's right. They kind of feel the same movie a little bit.
The second one is like an improvement on the first one.
I think the second one.
The second one has the one where the deer's laughing on the wall.
Yeah, number 2. That's the best one.
It's a great combination of horror and comedy.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the scene where he's losing his mind. He's like, dun-na, dun-na, with the lamp.
his eyeballs fly out. You look all fake. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Or was
part.
that was that Army of Darkness? I don't remember.
No, it's in all of them.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah?
Wait, his eyeballs fly out in all of them?
I guess so, but it looked very.
What is
like,
he
it
talking? I
looked
don't even know what
wait,
scene you're
what-
talking about.
I think Army of
Are you
Darkness has a
talking about
cartoon
because the
moment.
camera like goes around the woods?
No.
His eyes fly out?
Yeah, I don't know who. I don't know who it was though, but it looked.
No, you're-
it looked-
Oh, I know.
you are
Yeah, I
right.
know what you're talking about. There's the part where the girl's head is in the cellar.
Yeah.
And she's like peeking, and they jumps on her, and her eye shoots out into
Yeah.
somebody's mouth.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks,
Sure
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what
It
you're
looks
talking
very like the eyes look very like cheap looking.
Here I was thinking about the cartoon. Boom.
That's what I was like.
Like Scooby Doo. Oh.
But I did want to say, because the director for Train to Busan, like when that movie came out, everybody was like, "Holy fuck! Like this guy's the newest director. Like he's going all the way to the top with this kind of movie. There's no way he could lose." Then he made Peninsula and flip.
Okay, so legally, I have to say The Walking Dead. Well, no, not legally, but so I really like Night of the Living Dead. That's a really zombie classic movie. I said that weird. Classic
Okay.
zombie movie. But the one thing I liked about The Walking Dead is the very first season of Rick, Shane, and everyone getting to the CDC and how it blows up. To me, that first season is like every zombie movie out there. You know, every zombie movie ends at a certain point where they just get away. It's like a little movie story arc. To me, that's the first season of The Walking Dead. And then what I like about the show is that it carries on past that, and you really see how they would live in a zombie world. And so yeah, I'd have to say The Walking Dead.
Like I would agree. Like honestly, Walking Dead.
To me, honestly, like the one thing about The Walking Dead that they've kind of done is whenever you think of a zombie, you think of a Walking Dead zombie, and that's what I really like. Like I'd say before that, zombies were like either their faces were painted green or it was just like they'd have different looks. But now,
yeah, that's my vote too. Especially the first couple seasons, it's a very realistic depiction of how you would survive in a zombie apocalypse.
Let's go through our favorite horror comedy movies. There's a lot, and me and Christian have watched one which, like, Shaun of the Dead has always been up there as like all-time great. Tucker and Dale versus Evil, easily an amazing fucking horror comedy.
Yeah,
I honestly have to go with Evil Dead.
Going with Evil
I don't
Dead.
know which one. If it's Army of Darkness, maybe. Those movies are just fucking funny.
They're good.
Yeah, they are. They are good.
They're very good.
It's really sad that Army of Darkness lost money and they never got to make a big full franchise because like there was like that alternate ending at the end of Army of Darkness where instead of getting sent to the time, he's sent way further into the future. Did you guys ever see that? And he like wakes up all old and the world's gone. He's like,
very
no,
similar to
you
how
sent me too far.
the TV show ends.
Yeah, they were.
They're set up and they can't continue because of money.
They kept fucking every time they brought up that idea, the show stopped, the movie ended. Fuck. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Tucker and Dale versus Evil. For Evil Dead, I did like it, but I loved it, of course. But
okay, Ready or Not, that's also a good option.
But yeah, Tucker and Dale versus Evil was such a good play on every horror franchise. Like the way that they made it seem like the guys were killers, and they did like little things like making them seem like the killers to the kids, and then they do a big switch at the end.
So
honestly, if we're going TV like horror, like because favorite TV anthology is hands down Tales from the Crypt. Easy. I own the box set of that. It took me forever to find it, and I paid an arm and a leg for it. No regrets. Love that fucking series. Amazing.
I'll change my vote to Cabin in the Woods.
Mine probably Evil Dead, honestly.
Best horror comedy.
Nice. Great movie.
I like Evil Dead or Army of Darkness, or maybe Army of Darkness might be the best one.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't think of any.
Or a bad option. I just like Cabin in the Woods because it plays on the genre quite a bit, and I love that scene at the end with all the monsters, and they're all just kind of from other horror movies. I got Pinhead in there.
Okay, Christian, I remember one time you said the movie was so scary I had to watch it, and I was like, wait, was it really scary?
Which one?
Cabin in the Woods. Before we were making a big deal how scary it
No,
was.
it
Like,
wasn't scary. We said it was fucked up.
We might have been trying to mess with you because there's a twist at the
and
end.
then I watched, I was like, oh, it's really scary.
No, yeah, I think that's what we were trying to do is fuck with you
because there's a big twist. We want your reaction on it.
Oh, also Dead Alive. I kick ass for the Lord.
Of course,
That's an amazing horror comedy.
A lot of great scenes in that.
See, I'd have to go with Twilight Zone if we're doing like anthology series because I think that's Rod Serling. Like,
But that's good.
But if I'm going my favorite horror TV show, it's Ash versus Evil Dead. Amazing show. I don't think that there's an episode in that sucks. I don't think it ever slows down. I think all 3 seasons are prime TV. The only thing that got fucked from it is because they put it on Stars, and who the fuck watches Stars?
Yeah,
I would throw my vote at Creep Show, or even just the random shit with the guy in the basement, whatever his fucking name is. You know, the Crypt Keeper.
Oh yeah,
the guy in the basement.
His castle there. Yeah.
What'd you say, Brad?
There's so many good ones. There's
TV show.
There's X-Files, Twilight Zone.
That's great. You know what? I'll change my vote to X-Files. I find that more interesting to watch.
Yeah, we went through like
or like the whole
is
story
the
there.
X-Files all aliens?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's an anthology. Every episode's random shit. It could be like a swamp person, or like there's this event like this big, and somebody just has the ability to squash their body to fit inside it.
You know
it's
what?
like that.
I'll see X-Files and
Underrated show though, Friday the 13th, the TV series. It's really good. Really good for an anthology show. Yeah, very good.
You know what I was gonna say.
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Well, one thing. What about nightmare horror? I don't want to say classics, like horror cartoons, family horror. Like mine would be Coraline.
Okay, family friendly like horror.
Okay, yeah.
But sort of thing that's
There's
exactly
not a
scary,
lot
but
to pick from.
I would say like there's like Nightmare and
Treehouse of Horror.
Nightmare
Treehouse of Horror for me.
Treehouse of Horror.
Nightmare Before Christmas. There's Monster House. That movie 9.
I would just say Treehouse of Horror is pretty great. I'm sure they're going to do a good
Yeah,
job.
Treehouse
Family
of
Guy
Horror.
actually had their first horror themed episode, sort of like Treehouse of Horror this year.
Yeah, Treehouse of Horror. Yeah.
A month ago, I think. But yeah, that's out there for
Very
you guys.
cool.
Sorry, there was a hard cut. Brandon was checking out his phone and he saw that there was a big breaking story. You know how we've been discussing there's been this big, he's one of the biggest murderers of all time now after they figured out all the shit that he did. He escaped. Today was his execution date and he got released.
Yeah.
Thank you, Canadian government. But yeah, so we have the news story. We're just going to show you guys.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he escaped based on what I heard, the details of his killings.
Oh yeah.
He seemed like a genius, maybe.
Well done, Toad.
I fucking love him. Toad.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do not apologize tonight for the interruption of your regularly scheduled program. Just moments ago, the murderer aptly named the trick-or-treat killer, due to the manner of which he decapitates and places his victims' heads in a brown paper trick-or-treat bag, has escaped confinement earlier this evening. Before, we had mentioned how we would not give detail about this monster, but because of the circumstances of his escape and how he graffitied his cell, we find it more than appropriate to notify you on the matter. Scribed on his wall the words, "I have done it. My soul is now split with another. I am more than man. I am he, the one they call Asmodeus. So please tonight, lock your door. The information we have received from the police tonight is bone-chilling." What the fuck just happened? George, cut the camera. Cut the fucking camera.